Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to True Telos Trading. Today is December 2nd. We have another stock in the morning that we traded that we are green on. We've been on a little streak so far. This stock was a B quality stock according to the True Telos Trading grading scale, only because it was trading below the daily 200 MA. Let's go ahead and get into that stock of today. The stock that we traded this morning, the ticker was JSPR. Again, today is December 2nd, 2025. The stock did have news today. If I can look up that news for that stock, it's a biomedical company, and it reported a phase 1 positive study. So this will be a +3 here. I thought the float was below 10 million shares, but upon further investigation, it's looking like it was above that 20 mark, where I put a -1 for the True Telos Trading grading scale. It was not trading above the 200 moving average either. The 200 moving average was up there at close to $3 to $4. I bought this stock at $2.59, so it was not above the 200 moving average either. It was up above 40% on that breaking news. It was squeezing pretty hard with really good volume. So this was a +1 here. The price was definitely under 10. Like I said, I bought it at $2.59, so this would be a +1. It was the number one stock in the market when I bought it this morning. Even though it wasn't the number one for a long time, it was number one when I bought it this morning. This will be a +1. It is not at any all-time highs. This will be a +0. If we add all of these together, this gives us a very low score of 5. And according to the True Telos Trading grading scale, a score of 5 is an F quality stock. So again, I'm a little bit rusty. This is an F quality stock that we traded this morning, but because of the momentum and the volume that we saw off of the news that stock had, with the news being a catalyst, we capitalized and we were able to pull a good little profit off of this stock. The strategy that we used for this trade was the breaking high of day strategy. So I wait for price to retrace the pullback, and then after it breaks that high of the day, that's when I enter. This trade. We had approximately per share 16 cents of profit per share, and we were only in this trade for 24 seconds. So this will be 10 to 30 seconds. So this was a very, very short trade that allowed us to get in and out. We implemented our strategy pretty well. When we were able to pull profit out, we pulled approximately $30 out of the stock market today. And again, since we are on a $500 cash account, I call that a pretty good trading day. Let's go ahead and get into the chart to see how we traded this stock today. This is our stock that we traded this morning, JSPR. As you can see right here, there was a massive jump from down here at 202 to 259. What had caught my attention with this stock, with it being an F quality stock, the main reason why I traded it, from here to here, the stock was suspended. Now, I did see that the stock had news on the day trade dash. So I was looking for some type of movement in the stock. But like I said, it was down here. So I had a few stocks that I was looking at. But immediately when this stock had gotten suspended, I was like, oh, they must have had something go on with the stock, something bad going on with the company. Because as soon as it gets news, it gets suspended. That's a little bit strange. So I kept this stock on my radar, but I also, because the stock had news, I was able to get in here and mark off the next supports and resistance points. Let me go back here. This first mark that $2.40 was the previous high that this stock had made yesterday. And I told myself, well, if the stock can break over this high with any good volume, then this may be something worth looking at. But the next resistance point was only up there at 252, which isn't a lot. So this isn't a trade that I would take. From this resistance point made support to the next resistance point is not it's not a trade that I would typically take at all. So I did mark off the next resistance point after that 252, which was up here at 292. 40 cent, that's definitely a trade I would be willing to take. As soon as this stock came off of suspension, it was already past its next resistance point, past this 252. It went past 252 and it dropped way back down. So we had a little bit of selling as soon as this stock got back up. So it just immediately popped all the way back up to that 252, which was kind of crazy to me. It popped back up from there right off suspension, which tells me that people are looking at this stock because of that news headline, the news headline of a positive phase 1 study. So it retraced after the suspension was lifted, and then immediately after it, well, I'm sorry, it got all the way up past the next resistance point, then it retraced, and then it started coming back up. Right when it got to that 259, the high of this candle, I purchased shares of this stock to meet that next resistance point up there at 292. As soon as I saw it stalling out up here at 287, I pressed that sell button to get out. That was only like 24 seconds of me being in the trade. I caught a little bit of slippage, and I was able to get out at 275. So that's 16 cents per share. I purchased 188 shares of this stock. That leaves me with a profit today of $30.05. It's a decent trade for the day, a decent trade. Even though it is on an F quality stock, we still stuck to our principles when we are in the trade. If the trade had went against us, we would have gotten out immediately. So again, F quality stock, but a decent trade on that stock. It's looking like the market is heating back up just a little bit. We have a few stocks that are popping up off of decent news. I'll go to one that I wish I would have waited for, but as we know, we don't know what's going to pop, but we have to take advantage of the stocks that we do see. This stock was another one that did meet the criteria of my True Telos trading grading scale. Just had breaking news and had I think this was close to 100% move on this stock. This was exactly 100% move on this stock. So I know, hopefully a lot of you capitalized on these movements that we're seeing here today. If you like this recap, please don't be afraid to like and subscribe, and welcome to True Telos Trading. Yeah, a little bit rusty since coming back from the medical complications. I'm trading these stocks that do not meet the True Telos Trading grading scale as A plus or S quality. They have been like B's and F's. So I need to be more patient and actually look at the scale instead of dialing into what I see moving, paying attention to those audio cues, and actually dial into trading. I'm doing decent, but because these stocks are not of the quality that I would normally trade, I'm kind of capping the winners that I could be taking if I were to be trading on stocks that do meet the criteria of A plus or A or S. So that's going to be something that I have to do. I have to stay patient. I have to make sure that these stocks match my scale or match my edge that I have in the market, and capitalize on these moves that we are seeing, because in December it's looking like it's only the second, so I don't want to speak preemptively, but it's looking like the market's picking back up a bit. It's looking like we're about to be back in the driver's seat again when it comes to stock movements. So let's all capitalize on what we are seeing, and let's build our accounts together. If you like this content, please don't be afraid to like and subscribe. If you have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask me. As always, I am an open book when it comes to everything. Welcome to the channel, and I will see you next time on True Telos Trading.